my name is Aisya Salsabila, and this is my assignment on making something or procedure of assignment of listening and speaking for general purposes. So on this assignment, I'm going to make an edit or a video some sort that I usually make for TikTok or on TikTok that I'm usually do. So let's tuning in. Okay, so this is my usual editing thing. It's an app called Capcut, and I'm usually doing my edits in this application. So first of all, the music is definitely the utmost important thing. I'm already doing this. This yellow dot is where I put my beat on it, so it's marked where the scene got cut off or where my scenes got end. Okay, so I'm going to edit my number one favorite game right now, which is Horizon Forbidden West, which is a story about Aloy and her journey in the future. So I'm just gonna gather the clips and we'll see right about to it.
Six and a half hours later.
Okay, so I already gathered my clips to edit, and we're going to the next step, which is what I call velocity. That's what I was told that it is called velocity, and we're going to slow motion the clip so it's going to be smooth and kind of like slow motion thing, so it's gonna be good. And this is my usual thing. You're going to speed and then going to curve, or usually I do normal but with 0.5, but I'm not going to do that today, so I'm just instead going to do curve instead because it matches perfectly with the beat. So this is the curve. I'm going to downward this is this thing. It starts between normal speed and then going down, it's going to slow down, and then at the end of the clip it going back to normal speed. So then the next step is the smooth slow-mo. This is my probably top 10 top 10 to do. Like, this is a must, and you click that and then choose optical flow.
Do not choose frame blending because it doing horribly to edit and kind of like ruin the clip. So even though optical flow is rather make you wait longer, but the satisfaction is in there. So I'm just going to fast forward it and we are going to the next step.
Okay, as you can see, it's already done. The optical flow already done. It takes probably 1 minute per clip, so you have to be patient for this to be done. Like, it takes time, but it's worth your time. So this is the clips now. Okay, so as you can see, it was pretty smooth and I like it very much, but there is still some left behind song that probably you can fill for another clip, or you wanted to add more, but for me, repetition, so I prefer to copy and paste the same clips and put it on the same thing, just it also matches the beat, so I prefer that because it's less energy for me to do. I don't have to painfully searching through clips over and over again. So I prefer to do repetition, and it was pretty good. So we'll go into the next, which is, and as you can see, the clips were pretty dark, especially in here. You can see pretty dark, right? And you can add it by adding like a white picture, and I found this on internet, and you can fill in it and then go to blend. This is blend in video, basic and blend. Choose mode to be overlay. So voila, it's brighten your clips more. So there you go. So this is the before and this is the after. It was pretty much more, as you can see, pretty much brighter than before. And then we're going to the next step, which I really love most, which is adjustment. I call this coloring. I don't know why, but I just follow people who edit like me, so I call this coloring. Saturation is whether if you put too much saturation, it's going to literally just make the color more saturated. And I honestly prefer the saturation to be low. And as you can see, I make it low to like it's almost black and white, but it's not black and white. And then because we already have enough brightness, so I prefer to do it on 0 or probably lower it if it's too much brighter. Then we go to contrast. I usually tend to put it more and then put less on the highlight because we already have so many bright on the clips because of the overlay. And then we go to the shadow. I tend to do this less as well, giving it more shadows. And then also illumination, I go as far as I can be. And then go sharpen, like literally 100%, because it makes more detail, I guess. But so because it's still too bright, right? So I honestly gonna lower the darkness more, or in here I'm just going to do the capacity to 80%. As you can see, the highlight in her face is much brighter, which is I really like it. Less color as well because it has like yellows, like a yellow background, or there's some yellowy, and it's pretty hard to do like the saturation. I'm just gonna lower it because if I put it more, it's just going to make it more yellowy, so I prefer to do it less. There, as you can see, it's already done. And after that, I'm just going to put another effects. This is my usual effect that I'm going to use, which is mini zoom, play pendulum, and nostalgia light. This is my go-to effect that I will always use every time I editing. The filter is going to be 60, and then the range is going to be 40. Twist 0, sharpen 0, strength is on 9, and then speed is going to be 15. Then we're going to mini zoom, which is going to be, the range is going to be 8, and then the speed is going to be 13. There's still like a little bit effect of forward and backwards. You can't barely see the play pendulum, but it's kind of like rotate a little bit, but it's barely seen. As you can see, there is a clip that which make it really dark, so I personally tend to do it on the clips itself to do the adjustment, and then bright it itself to be 10, probably 5, to make it more brighter. Because if I put brighter on this, it's going to put much brighter as well to another clip. So I'm just going to do it personally to the clip, not to the whole clips, just a clip. Okay, this is going well. Honestly, this is my usual edit. It's honestly a little bit easier than I usually do, because I usually tend to do a lot more fade in, like a shadow thing before the transition. But like this is the example is like this. The example is this. There's like a transition there like that, but I'm not going to do that because it's too complicated to do it probably later. And then the last one is filter. I usually put a random filter, which I think the most fitted one, so I'm just going to choose it randomly. First of all, is just gonna pick everything that I think is I'm going to pick whatever like fit the scene most. For example, my usual one is this, and then I'm going to add this as well, and then also this one, metal. There's a clear, metal, and humble. This is a filter that I usually use, which make it a little bit dark, right? Like a dark vibes, which I really like. But again, it has some kind of like advantage and disadvantage, which is make it much more darker to other clips that already dark, that is a problem for me. So I prefer to do metal on 50, and then clear on 80, and humble on 70. I usually put another, for example, this glam highlight, then put it on 75. See, it's a little bit dark, but also orange. Because for me, it kind of like matches the song as well. So it's kind of laggy. I'm so sorry. It's just my laptop doesn't really work going easy with the filter. So I'm already done. This is my edit. I usually just add watermark or my name, my nickname on this side in here, and then I'm done. So let's just export it.
No, Squidward, I meant good for your soul.
Oh, please. I have no soul.
Okay, it's already done, and I'm just going to to show you the final clip, which I'm going to import it and take it from my file on my laptop. There you go, 14 seconds. Let's see. This is the clip, right? Okay, so this is the final clip. There you go, that is the final clip. As you can see, it was pretty good. And usually I put, for example, you can put transition. This is just an easy thing. You can put probably like particle blur and then apply to all. Then probably you want to delete something that you don't want from the transition. Look at this. I'm just going to export it because this is quite laggy. So I'm just going to export it and we'll see in a few minutes.
Yahoo! The strike worked, Squidward. We got our jobs back. Forever! 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 Forever!
One eternity later.
Okay, the export is done. So wait a minute while I import this. There you go. Just gonna put it in here. There you go. This is the clip, which I add the transition earlier. There, as you can see, there is like a transition there, like this blurry is the transition. I'm usually doing that. It has like an effect that it's going down, but it's not. So it creates some effect that it was actually going down, but it's not. So that transition is the one that I really like the most. Usually I don't do a transition. I tend to create my own transition, but this is the easy one that you can get, which if you're just lazy to create some transition, I usually just doing my own transition, which I create on myself without any of this. For example, there is another of my edit. Wait a moment.
Chocolate! 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 Chocolate!
I'm just doing this for fun. For example, this is just for fun, okay? There's nothing to do with that. There you go.
That get to my head. I don't care. I paint town red.
There you go. That's the transition that what I meant is this. This is the star, and then boop. There you go. The transition that I make. That is my usual transition. For example, if you kind of like run out of ideas to do transition, you can do that as well by using mask in here. There you go. There's star, heart, split, film strip, circle, and rectangle. You can do whatever you want with that. For me, it's the star. There you go. You can see the cut, and wow, there you go. That is my usual edit, and thank you for tuning in, and see you guys later.